Hello everyone, this is Anurag Ray from PestRemovalBodyArt.com, and today I'm going to talk about frogs as pets. Now before we continue this video, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you can receive updates about my video and also help my channel grow. Now, frogs are amphibians and they can be kept as pets. But if you are willing to keep them as pets, you have to take few things in mind, and you have to feed them. That is, you have to feed them properly on time. You have to make them that you have feel like they are in a natural environment. Don't make them feel like they are caged. Otherwise, their survival rate decreases to a great extent. Then, next most important thing is they need food on a timely manner. And also you know what kind of food they actually love to eat. Now there are different kind of frogs out there. There are small frogs, there are big frogs, there are toads. All of them are different. But if you're willing to keep a frog as pets, then there are also some criteria, like you need to have a small water body where the frogs can go anytime. I need to create a natural overall natural environment where frogs can stay comfortably. Now there can be natural predators to frogs, so of course you need to make sure that the place where you are keeping your frogs are actually enclosed, and also make sure that you are giving them food on the right time. So food likes insects. There are various kinds of insects. There are frogs eats lot of different kinds of insects, so you don't have any problem in finding food for them. And once you find food for them, you have to give them in sufficient amount so they can eat them on time. And also you need to make sure that you are feeding them on proper time so the frog's overall mood remains happy. And the natural environment, as I mentioned before, is actually there to actually help them feel like they are in the natural environment. And along with that actually increases the lifespan. The water body, as you know, the frogs are actually amphibians, that they can live on land as well as on water. So the water is also important part of their life. So you need to make sure that there is adequate water body over there. And you need to occasionally change the water because you don't want the place to have extreme stagnant water. So if you want, and if you can keep that over there. Now if you are considering to breed the frog, they need to have a female frog with whom the breeding process can occur. And along with that, you need to understand that if frogs give birth, there will be many frogs, many tadpoles over there. You need to take proper care of them also. Now tadpoles eventually grows into frog and it takes quite amount of time, and in the meantime you need to feed them also with proper food. But since they are small, they won't be able to eat big insects. So in that case, you have to feed them with mosquitoes or even small insects. They are really small that they can consume. Now it will be difficult to of course capture a mosquito, but you have to make attempt to get them, and you can just feed the tadpole with them. If you are willing to do a breeding of frog breeding, then you can do that in that way. If you want to increase their population and keep them in your house, then of course you can do that. Frogs, when scared, can also jump a lot, so need to make sure that the top is covered, because if you are not covering them and the height is not adequate, frogs may be able to jump out from that place. Now so that doesn't happen, make sure it is properly closed and so that the frogs cannot jump up. I need to make sure there is adequate hole over there. And apart from that, there is no poisonous there are poisonous frogs out there, so you are obviously not going to keep them as pets. So the frogs that you have in your house is not going to harm you in any way. They are not going to bite you. If you take proper care of them, they will understand. Every animals understand the language of love, so you don't have to worry about whether they're going to bite you or going to eat anything. The only thing that they can eat is the insect in your house that over there. And if you are willing to keep them, and if you are willing to take them outside of the cage, then make sure they are not coming in interaction with any predator, and make sure you're always keeping an eye on them, because if they go out by themselves, then there is a possibility that they may come in contact with some predator and the predator may consume them. So in that case, that can become very upsetting. So make sure you are keeping an eye on them every single time you are taking them out of their cage, out of the place where you're keeping them, and then you can take them around with you in anywhere where you like. And because they are not going to do any kind of harm to you, there is no if you are obviously not scaring them, because obviously every animal is also scared of human beings because we are much bigger than their size, as frog is also scared of human beings because we are much bigger than their size. So you need to make sure you have a proper trust between them. You and the frog have a proper relationship between going on within them, so the frog can trust you and you can trust the frog. In that way, the frog will understand your language. And when you feed them and food when outside of the cage, also they will also eat the food. Now it is also a better option to sometimes take the frog outside with you, or at least roam around with the frog, so that they don't feel enclosed and caged. So in that way, their overall mood will also be good and also increase their lifespan. Now Frogs can also have a tendency to run away, but if you are kicking them out, if it's a new frog and in just a few weeks has passed, in that case it's better to just slowly build up the relationship with them, and after a certain amount of few months have passed, then only it's better to take them out, because before that, if you try to take them out, it is possible that the frog may try to run away, and if they start running away, it becomes very difficult to capture them. And that's why make sure you have a proper relationship with them. Then once you feel like he understands or she understands you, then only take the frog out. Now in normal situation, if the frog comes out, it will try to run away, but if you have a proper build up relationship with them, then they won't run away, they will actually stay with you, because that will become their comfort zone and they will love to stay with you. So make sure you have that relationship building on properly, and it does takes time though. But along with that, you can also feed them, and when you feel that kind of relationship is already built up, then you can occasionally, or most of the time, you can keep them with you, and there won't be any problem, because the frog will actually be roaming around with you and going around with you in all of the places, even if you don't take them. Just to keep an eye on them, because you don't want them to be killed by any predator. The predator can be like cats, there can be snakes, and there can be dogs also. They are much bigger than their size and can easily kill a frog. So make sure that doesn't happen, so that and make sure that your frog is protected, and then only take them out from their cage. So that's it for this video. If you really like this video, don't forget to click on the like, comment and subscribe button. And I'm uploading two videos every single week, that is on Monday and Friday. So don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell, so that you can receive updates about my video and also help my channel grow. Thank you.